Hello everyone, Bud here with Dependable Lawn Care, and today I'm bringing you my 2021 leaf removal setup. So let's jump right in. So we'll start out with the powerhouse that pulls the entire setup. This is a 2011 F250 XL model. It has the 6.2 liter gas, 4-wheel drive, short bed, very basic truck, the XL package, but definitely a good work truck. Really enjoying having this truck. I've had it since 2019 and been very reliable and an excellent truck for what I do. So going from there, I have the bed rail system from Green Touch, along with 2 of their backpack blower racks and a kind of a multi-purpose cage right here. You can use that for handheld blowers, or I think you can even use it for chainsaws or gas cans. So I've got my 2.5 gallon mix there and 2 Husqvarna 570 BTS blowers. And those are the blowers that I take with me when I'm using the leaf removal trailer, the leaf vacuum. So let me go ahead and show you the leaf vacuum. So this is the first season that we've had this set up. So this is a 2021 Load Trail 7x16. It's a scissor lift dump trailer. I have quite a few videos on the trailer itself if you want to check those out. I built the leaf box for it, and also have some videos on that. The leaf vacuum is a 2015 model Billy Goat debris loader with a 35 horse Vanguard electric start engine on it, 14-inch diameter hose, and this hose is just about wore out. It's starting to show the metal rings. You know, the metal rings are showing through the plastic, so it's just about done, but I'm going to go ahead and use it as long as I can, and I've got replacement hose for it whenever I wear it out. So that's the vacuum setup. Now the other part of the setup is not new necessarily. This is mostly what we had last year, but the way that we're going to go about things is quite a bit different. So some things that are new: the leaf plow on the front of the 52-inch Z3X. That's new this season, so this will be the first year putting that to use. We've used it on one job, but it was a leftover cleanup from last year. So jump into the mowers. This is a 2019 Z3X mower. It has the 33 horse EFI Vanguard with the oil guard system, and it has a Protero PV13 clamshell hopper setup. Anyways, I do like the Protero because of the vertical mount instead of the horizontal mount on the blower. Saves quite a bit of space, and as we all know, fitting this equipment into trailers and into tight spaces on properties is a big deal. So along with that, I have the Jericho JRCO mount system on the front of the 52, and I have the spreader. So far, those are the attachments that I have for the Jericho. Over here we have a 2019 Z3X with a 37 horse Vanguard EFI oil guard system, and we have a Protero PV18 clamshell hopper. So same blower hose, the major difference is the size of the hopper. Quite a bit larger capacity. Of course, this mower's heavier, so it can handle the heavier weight offset, but you can see the difference in the hopper size. They're the same width, but the depth is quite a bit different, so that's where you get your capacity difference. These things are awesome. So by the time the leaves go through the deck, your blades are running. By the time the leaves go through the deck and then they get chopped up again with the blower, So by the time they make it to the hopper, they're chopped up pretty fine, and works out great for cleanups. Then last but not least, we have the FW15. I have the Rackham side catcher mounted on mine. It is kind of heavy because it's the steel catcher. I'd like to eventually get an aluminum catcher for it just to reduce the weight, but it works fine. This is great for smaller areas. You know, if you need to fit through a small gate, take the bagger off, fit through I think a 33 or 34 inch opening, and then you can put your bagger back on. And I'm going to be doing a video soon. I'm actually going to try my leaf bags on the catcher with the FW15. I already know the leaf bags work on this catcher, but I've never tried it on the FW15. I've only tried it on these stand-on mowers. So I'm going to give that a try and just see what happens. So it has a Honda GXB 390 engine, 32-inch deck. If you don't know about the FW15 by Ferris, check it out. It is a pretty awesome little walk-behind mower. You kind of get the best of both a push mower and a walk-behind, and it's a pretty nice little mower. So anyway, those are the bagging systems and the mowers, and I'll show you the trailer. So the enclosed trailer is a 2020 Intrepid by Homesteader. It is a 20-foot, so it's actually an 8.5 by 20 with a V-nose, which gives you just a little bit more, you know, only about a foot in the V-nose, but it does give you a little bit more space, which I've utilized a lot of that extra space with shelving and my Green Touch cages up here, the multi-tool cage that hold my chainsaws. So as far as the leaf cleanup part of this goes, I mean, I've got hand tools, which, you know, there's a rake in there, but obviously fuel, because we're going to go through a lot of fuel, run the mowers with the bagging system. So I've got 2 5-gallon cans down here and a 15-gallon pony tank up on top. Running the Husqvarna 580 BTS and 570 BTS. That Husqvarna 580 is going on 5 years old now, I believe, and has just been an absolute beast. The only complaint that I have about the 580, and it's the reason why we went to the 570, you notice we've got the 2 570s on the truck, and this one is just the weight. It's a powerhouse of a backpack blower, but when you're wearing it all day long, you know, the extra weight really weighs you down, and that blower weighs about 4 pounds more than the 570, and the 570 has almost the exact same miles per hour and CFM, and using them side by side, you can hardly tell a difference in the blowers. So that's why we've started moving to the 570, but I'm going to run that 580 until I just absolutely wear it out. So still got our trimmers, edger, hedge trimmer, everything in here, which we'll just leave in there. It keeps it out of the weather. Do have a folding ladder for this time of year. We do a lot of gutter cleanouts and roof cleanouts. So what I'll typically do is I'll throw the ladder on the house. I'll go up to the peak of the roof and blow everything, you know, the sticks and leaves and everything, all the way down off of the roof. And then I'll finish up by going all the way around the gutters and cleaning the gutters out. So let's talk a little bit about how we did our cleanups last year versus how we're going to do them this year. So last year I had the 2 Protero baggers, and what we did last year was we would bag up our lawns, and then we would back them into the trailer and we'd put tarps down. So we'd put a tarp down, we'd dump a couple hoppers full on that tarp, put another tarp down, dump the leaves, etc., until we either had the trailer filled up or the job was done. And typically we were getting about 2 lawns at a time in the trailer, and we may or may not have been able to put the mowers back. In fact, a lot of the time we were just taking one mower or the other because we knew we weren't going to have any capacity for leaves if we took both mowers. So we would do that, and then we'd have to run to the sanitation department here in the city. There's a big mulch pile, and it's absolutely free to dump the leaves. In fact, the leaves are reused on the compost pile, but they have very limited hours. And as you know, in the fall, you run out of daylight so quick. You typically only have probably about 6 hours of daylight to work with. Well, our sanitation department typically closed it about 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which was about an hour or two before you ran out of daylight. And so it really limited us on how much we could get accomplished in a day, because we were making so many trips back and forth, and it was just a lot of wasted time and travel doing that. So that was the main reason, actually one of two reasons, why we added the dump trailer setup. So what we're going to do this year is we're going to go through our leaf cleanup routes. We're going to bag the leaves, but instead of hauling them away in this trailer, we're going to dump them at the curb on each property. And then we will come around either at the end of the day, or depending on how well it works, we might even come around at the end of the week and use the vacuum trailer to suck up all the piles. And then we won't be as limited on how many we can get done in a day and how many we can get done in a week, and also, obviously how many trips we have to make to the dump. Going by our typical lawn size and how much we could fit in this trailer, I'm guesstimating that we should be able to fit at least 10 or 12 properties in this trailer. Of course, that's yet to be seen. We'll find out here pretty quick, because starting tomorrow, we're going to be running that way. So that is the whole purpose in this setup that we have going on. Now, the other thing that this opens up our options to is now we can do curbside pickups, which we couldn't really do before, now that we have the vacuum system on a dump trailer. And also, the smaller properties where you just really don't need to run baggers, on those types of properties, this setup right here is all we're going to need, because we can roll up, take our backpack blowers, blow everything to the curb, suck it up with the vacuum, and we're done. So it's going to eliminate some of the wear and tear that we're putting on our baggers and our mowers that's not necessarily needed. But again, last year we didn't have that option. We didn't have this setup, and so our leaf removal this year hopefully will be the best season that we've ever had. I'm hoping that it's going to free up quite a bit of time to be able to get a lot more done. More properties in less time just equals, more profit. And so obviously, you're in business to make money, and that's the goal. These mowers right now are as clean as they're going to be for the rest of the season. They won't be this clean again after today. As most of you guys know, doing leaf removal, leaf cleanup, everything's gonna be covered in dust. You get mud in the tires from rain that we typically get quite a bit of in the fall. And so they won't be this clean again for the rest of the season. So I tried to get everything cleaned up for you guys so I could show you the entire setup. Definitely want you guys to know that this setup is a long time in the making. I didn't start out with a super nice setup. In fact, I started out just with a 42-inch Craftsman mower and a bagger on the back of it. And every year since then, I've invested in the business and reinvested in the business to upgrade our equipment and upgrade our setup. And this has taken years and years to get to this point. So, and I'm also doing this part-time. As most of you guys know, I'm a full-time firefighter, and I run my lawn care business part-time. So, and by part-time, I mean typically 3 or 4 days a week. And, basically every day that I'm not pulling a shift, I'm running my lawn care business. And I might possibly be going full-time with it this coming year. It's yet to be seen, but that's what I'm working towards, is eventually going full-time with the lawn care business and solely doing that, which will free up quite a bit of time and stress in my life. So anyway, everyone, that is the 2021 leaf removal setup, and I'm really looking forward to to seeing what we can get accomplished this fall. If you haven't already, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. That really helps the channel. It also helps me to know, what kind of videos people are wanting to see. These setup videos typically get quite a bit of views. So, I try to do a setup video every spring and every fall for you guys, and also for myself, so I can look back and see how far I've come in my setup and in my business. But as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Get out there and make some money, and we'll catch you on the next one.